Among Bruce's circle, there is a guy named Duane, one of the fornicators making his daddy quote-unquote L as God, denying Jesus being God manifest in the flesh. In one of the videos that Brucey has now put to private again, he asked me, quote, "Why do you think Jesus is a small g God?" Well, first of all, I don't think Jesus is a small g God. However, even when one says Jesus is God, it's not so completely accurate nor true, because Jesus is God manifest in the flesh. If you just say Jesus is God and kind of end there, it's like you are espousing oneness. Regardless, I replied him saying, I guess you don't even know the difference between a small g God and big G God. And then he has eloquently put, "Learn to read Hebrew, you fucktard." I had to laugh at his stupidity and his wonderful ways of communication, because first, his awesome ways of choosing awesome words like, F-tard. And second, knowing to read Hebrew has nothing to do with knowing the difference between a God and God, a small g God and big G God, let alone knowing Jesus is God manifest in the flesh. Anyway, just because he doesn't even know the difference, he would call people F-tard out of the blue, when he's the one assuming and presuming that I do not know whether there is capitalization in Hebrew. Certainly, he is being operated in the spirit of the antichrist. No wonder he believes God is L and denies Christ being God manifest in the flesh. So my reply to his eloquent speech was, even your daddy Satan knows to read better, F-tard. Did you get all mad because you don't know the difference between a small g God and big G God, F-tard? I used F-tard to calm his IQ 160 down a bit, and I continued, don't you know even your daddy knows Jesus is God? I said this because even the devils know Jesus is God. But Satan and his minions do not believe Christ being manifest in the flesh. And then he replied, there is no capitals in ancient Hebrew. Get an education. I'm glad he didn't call anyone F-tard this time, and I merely replied, I know there is no capitalization in ancient Hebrew, but what's it got to do with you not even knowing the difference between a God and God? And there was no answer after that. So bottom line is that he doesn't even know Jesus is God, and moreover, he denies Christ being God manifest in the flesh. 2 John 1:7. For many deceivers are entered into the world, who confess not that Jesus Christ is come in the flesh. This is a deceiver and an antichrist. Forget about Duane not knowing who is God or not. Forget about Duane not knowing the difference between a small g God and big G God. The point of the matter is that he denies Christ being God manifest in the flesh. Therefore, Duane is an antichrist, being operated in the spirit of the antichrist, according to the scripture. No wonder Duane and Grandma Nancy think nothing of fornication. No wonder Duane doesn't even know the difference between a small g God and big G God. But more importantly, no wonder he denies Christ being God manifest in the flesh.
How you like that?